Hey everybody, Tanner here with your tool of the week. I was certain that I have done or shared the quarterly conversation tool or concept over the last few years that I've been doing these tools of the week, and apparently I have not. So if you are unfamiliar with this concept, this is an EOS concept from, I believe it's in Traction, but I know for certain it's in What the Heck is EOS, and there's a lot of this information. It comes from that particular book, some of these questions, but I think it's important to note I have always come from an entrepreneurial background. I've never worked in a large company, and so I'm not extremely familiar with corporate reviews, 360 reviews, a lot of the things that maybe some of you might be familiar with from having worked in larger, more rigid environments. But I think even in a 1 to 2 person team or smaller environment, this is very adaptable or applicable. I think you could even apply the concept because I'm weaving in another tool, which is the People Analyzer, that's part of the quarterly conversation. So this applies. This could be if you have all outsourced vendors or independent contractors or that type of environment. Maybe you've just got outsourced creative or that do some sort of fulfillment for you. This applies. So in my opinion, depending on the environment, quarterly might be too often, but a minimum of twice a year, something like this, some form of process. And so maybe you can take some of this if you don't want to follow it exactly, or you have something you're doing. But I believe that great leadership having at least a twice a year check-in with team members to understand kind of where they are, where they're thriving and where they're struggling. You get a better picture of kind of just where things are at. So first is utilizing the People Analyzer. I'm not going to dig too deep on this because I've done this several times, but your core values and then the get it, want it capacity to do it. So, the EOS way is a minus, plus, minus, or plus. I love the idea of 1 to 5 being a little more specific, and then here really are the questions. I'll also drop and have access to the PDF that has all of this into one form. But these are some great questions. I'm not going to read all of them specifically, but thinking about what's working and what's not working. And these are some great questions coming into even sometimes quarterly meetings, strategy meetings, or I know some are doing, monthly breakfasts or quarterly breakfasts or whatever it is with direct reports or partners or what have you. But just being able to be really open and honest about what's working and not working and where we all need help is just creates more vulnerable, powerful, radically candid, productive relationships. So if you're using something that works, man, I would love for you to share it with me because I'm always looking for a better way. If you're not doing any of these things, here you go. As we're coming into the completion of first half of the year, be thinking about having quarterly conversations with all of those in your direct report ecosystem, whether they're directly employed or vendors, consultants, independent contractors. So have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next week.